From this former firefighter who sincerely believed that he could become a cop by simply purchasing the police uniform.
On the same team.
Oh, okay. Who do you work for?
I'm retired out of New York. I was just a firefighter.
Okay. So if you're no longer employed with them, why are you still wearing a uniform?
It's a uniform that I purchased myself. It was a volunteer department.
To this former police officer who got caught acting like a real cop with a badge and a siren.
You can take the badge if you want.
You're just being detained at the moment, so we can ask you some questions, investigate everything. You have police lights on a vehicle that you're saying apparently don't work, but you have lights on here, you're carrying around a badge, and you're not a sworn police officer. So that's all evidence of impersonating a police officer.
Here are moments when fake cops realize they've been busted by no BS cops. Starting with this 19-year-old cop impersonator who seemed to think he could flash the emergency lights on his replica patrol car without facing a single consequence.
I only connected it for these guys because they all wanted to look at it. I don't do anything to impersonate. I don't try it.
Initiated satellite backlights, red and blue. Front lights, red and blue.
You're getting charged with impersonating a police officer.
On June the 1st, 2025, Eau Claire police responded to the Water Street Bar district following reports that a driver of a replica police car was activating red and blue emergency lights. Upon their arrival, they started interrogating the driver, who seemed to have the perfect excuse for flashing his wannabe cop siren light.
Whose car is this?
Mine?
Your car?
Yeah.
Come talk to me. This thing got red and blues on it?
Oh, they're all disconnected.
Okay.
Every time I leave private property, they're all disconnected.
Okay. So how come they were on back there?
I don't know. I can't.
Can I look at it?
Go for it.
Is that cool?
Everything's disconnected. All I have is this. Even if I...
What if you can you turn the car on for me? Did you do all this to yourself?
Yeah.
Did you buy this thing like
No.
as a squad car? You just did it all?
Yeah.
What's the deal with that, man?
Giggles.
Yeah. You mind? Are you able to turn the car on?
Yeah. As I said, yeah, I connected them again, but yeah, I can't do anything.
What if you flip that lever?
That I don't want to do because I reconnected everything.
When
Just-
did you
just for that.
reconnect it?
Like a little bit ago, I still had like the loose screws. Just to show.
So what happens?
just to
What
show
happens
these
if you turn that?
guys. That I don't want to do
Why?
because then it will.
Then it will. Okay. So why would you say that
Every-
that it wasn't connected? That you can't because it's on
Well,
private property, and then all of a
only-
sudden it is.
I only connected it for these guys because they all wanted to look at it.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
So I had everyone come up to me and ask me about it.
Mhm.
So then I reconnected them, showed them, and I showed them the ambers, which is my button right here, which is just these will blink white, and then the amber thing will go.
Okay.
But
So
I don't f with the switches.
Can you just flip it for me once?
I can't do it on public property.
Because it'll.
It'll go red and blue, but I don't
Red
want
and
to
blue?
do it. I don't want to do it on public property.
Okay. Well, if you plugged it in to show these guys, you're parked on the road.
Well, I didn't.
Right?
Yeah, but I never would do the red and blue on the road.
You just said that you plugged it in to show them.
Show them, but like my aux. If I press aux, it's just the amber and flash the white. Because that's usually what I did when I helped people on the roadside.
Okay. You got an ID on you? I can take a look at.
Do you want my insurance too?
No, that's all right. So we have cameras up and down this all of Water Street. I'm not going to see you make a U-turn and turn those lights on.
I don't remember turning them on, but
What's up, man? Not right now. I'll talk to you in a minute, though.
I don't remember turning them on.
You don't remember?
And
or you did,
if
or
I
you didn't?
did, I cannot see.
You can't see
It's
what?
hit. If I did accidentally bump it, but
Just
I
am
being
being
honest.
honest.
I don't remember hitting it at all.
What?
I don't remember hitting it at all. Because I know better than to do it on the public at all. Because I don't do it on public. I only do it on private property.
Okay.
Because I don't do anything to impersonate. I don't try anything. I know my limits. I try my best not to do anything.
So why are people calling saying that you turned them on when you made a U-turn? Red and blue lights to make a U-turn.
I did a U-turn because we were going to park on the right side, but I don't remember doing that red and blues.
Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Okay, people are calling saying you did a U-turn, red and blues. Okay, I come up here, you say it's disconnected, they don't even work. I was like, okay, can I see? You're like, oh, I just plugged them back in to show these guys. Right, which you say then that you never do this on a public road, but yet you're on a public road and you plugged it in to show these guys while you're on a public road.
Not the red and blues.
Okay, this doesn't make sense.
At this point, the officers could barely take a word that he said at face value because in just a few minutes of questioning, he had already spun a web of conflicting stories.
Just asking
I don't show them.
Be completely straightforward.
I am
honestly.
super serious.
I am in a squad car every day.
I know.
I know that you'd know whether or not you flip that switch.
I know. I don't remember flipping the switch. I might have accidentally bumped it, but I didn't know until these guys.
You might have accidentally bumped it, or you did accidentally bump it.
I don't know, but they said that they seen the red and blue, but I don't remember.
These guys said they saw it.
Well, one of them, but I don't remember hitting it at all, because I know better than to do that. I know that's a huge trouble.
Okay.
And I can disconnect everything.
Which guy saw the red and blues?
What was two?
The black T-shirt guy.
Yeah.
Okay. When did he say that?
When we were over there, I think.
Okay. Over where? Like down by Fifth? By the lights?
That taco place, burrito place.
Okay.
I really don't want to get in trouble. I will rip anything out. I don't try to impersonate whatsoever.
You from Eau Claire?
No.
Where are you from?
Richmond.
Richmond? You go to school here or what?
No, I'm trying to go to school next year to either here or Northwood Tech to get my criminal justice degree.
Okay. Just hang tight in the car for me. Okay, just hang tight in the car for me. I'll be right back to talk to you, okay? You're going to hang on the car for me, John?
After talking to him, the officers decided to question the eyewitnesses. However, nothing prepared them for what he was about to tell them.
What's up, man?
I was the initial caller for the.
You were the guy that called?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Where did he have the lights on? I was gonna call you next.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can total background, but so I am recently Army, former Scout, criminal justice degree, commandership, about 250 degrees with 250 hours with law enforcement up in Polk County. So I have my experience. So he was on the right side next to Burrito Cali, showing off his car. I walked over the street to Bio. Looked outside, initiated not only backlights, red and blue, front lights, red and blue.
On the top light bar?
Yep. Top light bar, inside car, outside car on the bumper. And then
This front bumper too?
Yep.
Front red and blues?
Yep. Front bumper. Pulled the U right in front of Bio.
On the road?
Yep.
So he was going that westbound initially?
Yeah, so he was facing the westbound, sitting at Burrito Cali. They had the trunk open, shut off his car because, it's a former law enforcement car and he's got the cage and stuff. And then I left, closed the trunk, pulled a UE, turned from westbound to eastbound, initiated his emergency lights. But he's not authorized to do that, so red and blues, turn around, pull over on the south side here.
10-2. Was it just while he did the U-turn that they were?
Where'd you go to high school?
Memorial.
Memorial, bitch! will too. I knew it. I knew it.
Busy right now. I'll
Somehow. Are you serious? I'm right there. I'm right there. Anywho, do you guys know Matt Riesdorf?
Yep.
Yup! That's my man. That is my man. That's my man. Guys, also.
Dr. Mao?
No, not really. Guys, I'm joining the police academy.
So were they just on when he did the U-turn and then he turned it back
Yeah,
off
right.
and he came back around?
Yeah, so he initiated his
Yeah.
emergency lights. He doesn't have authorization to
Yeah.
initiate emergency lights. But top and bottom, initiated U-turn, jumped in front of plow, and stopped after plow after a couple minutes.
Guys,
Oh, they were on for a little while?
They were on for a little while. Yes,
Check yourself
it was on for enough to initiate the U-turn.
Were they solid on or were they like mine flashing?
They're like yours, flashing, but it was a more aggressive flashing.
Like faster. It's
Yes,
faster.
Yes.
Are
Okay.
you serious?
No.
I feel like you know
There are a
him.
crowd of people around. I would have seen it.
Yes.
Let's spray their
Yeah,
ass.
yeah.
Go!
If I get a piece of paper, would you write it for him real quick? Just basically telling me what you saw. Would you be cool doing that?
Yes.
Okay. Would it be based on like your observation of it? Do you think it's possible he just accidentally turned it on and then turned it back off?
No.
Like he was clearly aware of that they were on?
100%.
Okay. Alright, so if you wouldn't mind, I'll give you a pen. If you do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind just filling out like your name, address, cell phone, like what you can up here. And then this is kind of listed out in bullet points. So you don't have to do it in bullet points. But if you just wouldn't mind like putting down like what you saw.
There's a.
Although they already had all they needed to hurl him off to jail, for some reason they still chose to give him one final opportunity to do the right thing.
Alright, man. Time to be honest with me. Okay? Honesty's gonna go a long way. Honesty's gonna go a long way. Right?
I accidentally bumped the switch, but I don't remember seeing it at all. And yeah, I had it connected for that little point to show the guys that
I still don't think you're being completely honest with me because I have a comm center who has cameras on this entire
I know.
street that
You can-
watch the cameras.
okay,
So
without me
so
talking
be
to-
completely honest with
I
me.
am.
This
I
is the
swear.
last chance I'm gonna get.
I didn't mean to bump it. I was with the guy with the cargo pants. I must have accidentally bumped it because I know better than do this, especially in this big of a public area. I'm not that stupid. I accidentally bumped it. I was with everyone.
How long were they on?
I don't even know.
Don't say
until I
window.
turned
Don't
it
say
off.
window
Until I
because
turned
I
it
have
off.
lights. I know
Until
that
I
you
turned
can
it
see
off.
them. How long from the time you bumped it or turned
I
them
didn't
on
see
to
them at
turn
all
them off?
because it was only the rear. Because when I went up,
Be honest
I
with me.
am. I swear to God. So I was there. We were gonna. My buddy Vincent was
Really,
next to.
52 headquarters.
My buddy Vincent was right next to us. We were talking. I
I'll
thought
take a second if one's available.
we were gonna turn around and have us all park on the other side because there was no space for three of us. So I said we should just turn around, park on the longer stretch.
Tempo.
And then we were mid-turn, and somewhere between there, I must have bumped the switch, and then I parked up, I turned it off, I got out. Someone said, "Did you hit your lights?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I didn't see that." My buddy took a quick video, but then
With the lights?
I told them to delete it because I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble.
Which buddy? Is he here?
No. But then, as soon as I said that, I didn't know. I turned my lights on. I went right back into my car, and I seen it was on switch 1, which was just the rear. And then I just started freaking out. And I didn't know what to do. So then I was just like, I wanted to go for a drive. So then we went for a drive, and I know damn well I was probably gonna get in trouble. So when I went for a drive, I didn't mean to do it at all.
Just hang out in the car for me for another minute, okay?
I'm not gonna do good right now.
William, 152 headquarters, copy of 28. It's Unit 1. Union, Nora, Ida, Tom, 1. So who saw the red and blues?
You said what?
Who saw the red and blues on?
We ain't seen nothing over here. None of us.
Okay. You guys all gonna stick with that story? Is anyone gonna talk to me? Okay, fair enough. I don't need you guys to tell me anything. So, you changed your story a handful of times.
The last one was the truth one.
I think they were on
Here-
for probably a little bit longer. Than
Here's the
what
whole-
you're thinking.
Here's the whole. So we were parked up. I went in and got food. We went
Where at?
the burrito place.
Okay.
So we went in, got food, brought it out. Everyone kept on questioning about the car. We had the trunk open. We were there talking for a while, and then I re-engaged everything to show people, like the interior lights and whatnot. So then my buddy Vincent kept on coming around. He kept on raving his car really loud. So we all got kind of nervous because the cops were also like circling. So Vincent, my buddy that has a retired one, also pulled up. He was alongside of us, and I said to everyone that we should just turn around and go to the main stretch since there wasn't enough room for all of us.
As the young man continued his account, the officers began to wonder if he was finally ready to come clean and tell the truth. They had been down this road before, and they weren't about to let their guard down just yet.
So I started to turn. I had all my windows up at the time. I went to turn around, and I don't know if it was when I went to flip around to look if there was someone behind me that I had my Dr. Pepper here. So I don't know if it bumped the switch over. So it went over one. After the fact that I parked up and looked, I felt the switch and I pushed it over, so it was just the rears that were on. I didn't know until I looked at one of the people that were there looking and recording. And I just freaked out.
You could attach it and run the arrow.
Started to freak
So
out.
how long were they on? Because you left the rears on.
I don't know. It was probably as soon as I started to turn. They turned on as soon as I started to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I turned the car off, they should have turned off.
So how long was that? 'Cause you said you left them on to
Roughly
show
20
people.
seconds.
I mean, hang tight for me. I gotta look into some statutes. He just wanted to hang out, so he's super nervous. All of his, you got that, man?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And how long did you say it? Like, if you had to guess, how long were they on?
Less than about a minute. Less than about a minute.
Okay. I appreciate it, man. If I have any questions, I'll give you a call. But thank you.
While the officers spoke with eyewitnesses, carefully confirming every detail, the suspect knew that he had already tangled himself in his own inconsistent stories and that he would need a trick straight out of the oldest playbook to slip off the hook.
Why are you crying?
Life. My life's been lately, and I don't know. Every odds, it's just going. My mom got arrested the other night. We found out, and then,
Sure.
and then I didn't even mean to do this. Everything's just for show, and I know better than the lights on the public road. And I didn't even mean to. I had so many people ask me about it, and then I had to watch out for everyone because everyone was surrounded by my car. So I was doing a U-turn to go around the park.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay attention. I wasn't paying attention behind me, and I accidentally hit my switch over.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that until I parked up, and then someone showed me off their phone, and I seen that the lights were on. I'm like, did you have a recent video of me or something?
Sure.
But then I noticed it was here. I freaked out, so then I went with my buddies to go for a spin around the block because I was scared because I know damn well they're noticeable.
Yeah. How long have you had it?
October.
24.
And then I just did all the add-ons for shits and giggles for tickets.
I think so.
How many?
I don't know, but at least one.
Is that what he said?
I just saw him printing it out. Yeah.
Or hope it's a warning.
I don't think it was a warning.
Alright, man. I'm gonna give you your ID back. Okay.
I lost it.
So,
Like I said, I'm super sorry for causing a bunch of. I didn't mean to do everything. Like, yeah, it's my fault. I
I
take
hear you.
responsibility.
You also told me that you had left them on for 20 seconds to show people.
Oh, I did not leave them on for 20 seconds.
Okay.
That you will see if you guys look at the camera footage. I did not. As soon as I parked up, I turned the car off. Here, boom.
Okay.
That
So
I will assure you.
here's the deal, man. Okay. So you're getting charged with impersonating a police officer. Okay, it's a misdemeanor, so you have a court date June 10th at 11 a.m. It's a mandatory court date, so you have to show up, otherwise there'll be a warrant. Okay. They want you there 2 hours early for fingerprints and photos. There's instructions on that on the bottom. There's also a citation in there for the blue lights. Same court date and time on that as well, so it all can address there. So you got any questions for me?
No,
Okay. Keep the lights off.
I know. I didn't. I swear to God. I
Okay.
didn't mean
Well,
to.
you're lying.
I
You
will-
started lying to me from the start.
Well, here's the story again if you want.
I don't need it again.
I know.
He was charged for impersonating a police officer and disorderly conduct. Up next is a former firefighter who thought he could make an effortless career switch from fighting flames to fighting crimes, just because he wanted to.
On the same team.
Oh, okay. Who do you work for?
I'm retired out of New York. I was just a firefighter.
Okay. So you purchased it.
Yes.
On September the 11th, 2025, officers on patrol in Illinois pulled over a vehicle after discovering the driver was operating on a suspended license. They approached expecting a routine conversation about the violation, unaware that before long, the suspended license would become the least of their concerns.
Morning, Sergeant Jackson, St. Charles PD. How you doing?
Morning, sir.
Looks like your registration's suspended.
Really?
Yeah. Do you have your license, proof of insurance?
Can I step out?
Step out?
Yeah, just I can just like reach my wall.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cause any problems.
Yeah. Okay.
On the same team.
Oh, okay. Who do you work for?
I'm retired out of New York.
Okay.
I come in town for the memorial service.
Oh, okay. Cool. Who do you work for right now?
Right now I'm unemployed.
Okay.
That's my ID. I'm starting to have a little anxiety, so I apologize. I'm trying to work with you here. There's an issue with my license.
What's wrong with your license?
Okay. So in New York State, I'm trying to get my license all cleared up and get it transferred out here. For some reason, there's a snafu out in New York. I'm trying to get New York to clarify. New York State is like horrendous getting information from them.
Okay.
So I'm trying to work with them to try to see if I can't figure out what's going on with it, why there's a hold on it, etc. Okay. There is another licensed operator in the vehicle.
Do you have insurance?
I do, but I don't have it with me. I have the policy. I just recently moved from Rockford, where that address is, to Rock Island. So I've misplaced the paperwork, and I apologize for that. But
Who else is in the vehicle?
there's in the front seat, in the front passenger seat, his name is Don. The gentleman that's in the back seat, his first name is. Neither one of them have an operator's license. The girl in the back seat, right behind me, her name is. She is an operator.
Okay.
She does have.
Do you have any kind of credentials from when you worked as a fire, or what was your title there?
I was just a firefighter.
Okay.
So what I do have is me in uniform in front of the station. There's those.
You don't have
Not on me, no.
Okay.
No, I just come up, like I said, for the 9/11 memorial service that St. Charles is having.
And who's got a license in there?
The female right behind me.
Okay. All right. Why don't you have the seat in the car? Have a seat in the car. Does anybody have IDs on them? Yeah.
It's an old address.
Okay. All right. Do me a favor, hang tight, okay? All right, come back here. Okay. Where did you work at before? You said in New York?
Yeah, in upstate New York.
Okay. You don't have any kind of proof of that?
Not on me, no.
Okay. Why wouldn't you carry that on you?
I left earlier this morning. I left about 4 o'clock this morning. I was tired. He just wanted to get out there. 9/11 is very important to me. I was one of the responders at the towers. You know, we assisted in that. So this was the closest place that I could find to do a memorial service. I don't miss memorial services everywhere.
What department did you work for?
New Hampshire.
What's that?
Like the 5 Mile Point.
Okay, so if you're no longer employed with them, why are you still wearing a uniform?
It's the uniform that I purchased myself. It was a volunteer department.
So you purchased the
Yes.
uniform.
Yeah. I only wear it on September 11th, go to the service, have the service, go home.
You see how this is kind of a little bit weird to me.
I do.
Okay,
That's
so
why I was trying to be honest with you up
Yeah,
front. That's
yeah.
why I did the pictures and all that stuff. I'm just trying to
Step over here.
Yeah.
so I guess so you've never been in any kind of trouble or anything besides the license or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay, you've never been arrested or anything?
I had a violation order of protection. There was no domestic, but it was a violation order of protection. But I didn't realize, I walked past my ex-wife's house. She'd filed for an emergency order of protection. Of course, you know how that works. Emergency order of protection, I'm not notified. They agreed to that. I got served. I was on my way back from the hospital. I was heading back home. I didn't realize just simply walking past her house was a violation.
Where was this at? No,
This is in, yes, this is up front.
and that's the only time you've ever been arrested? Okay. Never been arrested in New York?
I had charges back in New York State. Oh, Christ, when was that? 2010?
Okay. So when I ask you a question, you ever been arrested? And then you tell me no, or only in Illinois. And then I say New York. Then you say, oh yeah, well what about, yeah, I guess I did in New York.
I understand.
It's not adding up, man. So I need you to be honest.
Okay.
You ever been arrested in New York?
New York State.
Tell me why.
Upon hearing that question, the retired firefighter realized it might be his only shot at setting the record straight if he still hoped to make it to the memorial service, and he wasn't about to let that opportunity slip through his fingers.
Okay, it was for it's called grand larceny. Let a guy borrow my computer. He used my computer. He downloaded some checks. I didn't know anything about it. I got picked up under New York State law because it was my computer. I must have had knowledge. So they picked me up. I served my time. Everything was completely done. I was actually removed from parole early, so they never caused any problems. I went to work. I went home. That was it.
That's it. No other states.
New Hampshire years ago. Years ago. Yeah, I'll talk uniform from this department. I purchased it through Gulf.
So if I call them right now, they're going to say they know who you are.
Yeah.
And you used to work there.
I was a volunteer firefighter for them, yes.
Okay, when?
Give me a minute, I'll tell you the years. It was 2018 to April or so of 2019.
And why do you not work there anymore?
I moved out to Wisconsin.
I'll go ahead and give them a call and you hang out here. Just not right now. Give me a second.
I was going to look up a number for this tomorrow.
They'll find it. Or Google it or something.
I just trying to show you guys that I'm trying to assist. I don't want to say the words, but I'm not a scumbag.
You guys from out that way?
Sorry.
You guys from out that way?
I am.
You are?
They're all three of them from the Quad Cities.
Okay.
We just came up this morning from Rock Island. Crazy, Rock Island. Well, a lot of communities, we were talking about that this morning. There are a lot of communities aren't doing 9/11 services anymore.
Yeah, it's a shame.
That's sad.
We had ours this morning. You don't got any like a tire commission card or anything like that?
No, because we weren't a career department, which is a volunteer department.
Oh, okay. Did they know that it was a volunteer department or no?
I mentioned to them, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
let me just double check. Okay.
just before I left, how our department was set up is like the chief and captain and lieutenants are voted in within the department.
Okay.
Okay?
So you guys like self-vote those?
Yeah, yeah, okay. So he got voted in as one of the deputy chiefs. Okay, so he could verify the fact.
Yeah, we'll see what they come up.
Just to let you know that I'm trying to give you guys as much information.
I appreciate it. It helps. Alrighty, unfortunately here at St. Charles, you are suspended, so we're going to have to take you in, okay? Do me a favor and turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
So what
For suspended. What's that?
What happens from here?
We're going to go back and give you a court date and a ticket, and then we'll get you released, okay?
Can handle that.
You got anything in the car that you need? Is there anything illegal in the car?
No, there's nothing illegal.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Is there anything that you need out of there?
That's
I know you got your wallet.
No, I don't believe so. I believe we got everything.
He's gonna, Dom's gonna take him, so.
There's a waiting area at this gas station.
You're gonna have to do the vehicle.
Yeah.
What's it gonna take to get the vehicle back? Like I say, man, I'm trying
yeah,
to
no,
work
I
with
know.
you, bud.
Well, I know, but when I asked you about if you ever been arrested, kind of bullshit me a little bit, right? I mean, we could both.
It wasn't intended, but yeah, I understand.
When I ask you if you've been arrested, you only give me the Illinois stuff. You know I know. I can look it up. You know that. So there's no sense of doing that, right?
That's why I stepped out. It's like this. I'm trying to.
I understand, and honestly, yeah, I'm trying to give you
anxiety.
A lot of benefit of the doubt too. It's just you had a chance to be honest with me, and you weren't. So we're gonna wait.
Wasn't my intent.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. Yep.
Security. We ain't got a whole lot of money. So I'm trying to keep the cost down as best we can. I mean, are we looking at just a toll fee or?
So there will be a toll fee. It depends on. So I'm not the arresting officer. I'm not the one who stopped you.
Right.
It'll ultimately be up to him if it's impounded for driving on a suspended license without insurance. If that is the case, then it's a $500 administrative fee from the city before the tow fee. I'm not the one who's in charge of making that decision, so that'll be up to the officer who's arrested is.
At this point, it would have been far easier to accept his fate and face reality, but he was not ready to fold. He was a seasoned manipulator who seemed to know exactly which words to reach for in a last-ditch attempt to talk his way out of trouble.
So yeah, that's what you'd be looking at. And then, yeah, he's gonna meet you. He's gonna meet you back at the station to do the paperwork.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. I mean, I understand it getting towed.
As I say, we have to. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. Driving on the roadway without insurance and all that.
I didn't realize it was, the registration was suspended. Otherwise, we never would have brought that. The female is there. She has her own vehicle, and we were discussing about maybe bringing hers. It's smaller. It's probably a little bit better on gas, and there was multiple reasons we could have brought hers, but mine's got a little bit more room.
Challenge coins.
I say 911 was.
Mind just having a seat for me, sir?
Yeah, I don't want you to think I'm trying to give you a hassle.
I'll take no. Being reasonable.
I will be released today.
Yeah. So we're gonna take it back to the station. It's just got to do a couple paperwork and a couple of tickets, and then you'll be released from the station.
They're gonna be up here.
Yeah, same truck. So
I'm not trying to delay. I'm just trying to figure out because I don't want to get separated from them.
No, and I'll let them know where the police station is. That way they can meet you there, and you'll be able to make phone calls from there too. You can give them a call or whatever, let them know whatever if you want to meet them somewhere else or something like that. Yeah, we got your phone. You'll be able to look at it to get the numbers off of it. So yeah. I'll let them know that you'll give them a call. Okay.
I don't want you to think I was trying to delay getting in the car.
No. You're fine.
He was eventually booked into jail on multiple charges of impersonating a police officer, possession of stolen property, operating with a suspended license, and operating without insurance. Somewhere around Harrisburg, Kentucky, officers caught a 55-year-old former cop who had resigned from the force, only to reinvent himself as a fake officer.
Were you flashing blue lights at somebody?
Yeah, tell them to slow down, that's all. I don't work for anybody. I used to be a cop in LA, but I resigned.
And I'm like, I know for damn sure that Harrisburg ain't.
He ain't a cop.
That's what you're being placed under arrest for.
He's got like some 4 numbers and dash PD on it.
Look, he's got
Bull crap.
On November the 12th, 2025, officers from the Harrisburg Police Department received a call from off-duty officers reporting a vehicle flashing strobe lights on a public road. Using the information provided by the off-duty cops, they located the vehicle just a few minutes away from the scene. The officers promptly initiated a traffic stop and started to question the driver.
Hello. Were you flashing blue lights at somebody?
Yeah, tell them to slow down, that's all.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, you're fine. Who do you work for?
I don't work for anybody. I used to be a cop in LA, but I resigned, so.
Okay, no worries. Do you have your...
Yeah, I just kind of slowed them down because they were speeding so high. That's the only way to get them down.
Can you show me what the lights look like?
What's that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one of my old ones.
Yo, you're good. You have your license, registration?
I'm not gonna lie to you, and that's what happened. They were speeding like crazy up down the road. I'm like, okay, let me slow them down,
Do you have a gun on you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they're at home.
You live here around here now? Moved from LA?
I do.
Yeah, also that license plate cover that you have on there, you'll just have to remove that at some point, the tinted cover.
Okay.
It's a violation in Kentucky.
It was clear at one point, but since the sun hit it, it faded. You know what I'm saying? It was at one point when I got it was clear.
Yeah, I understand.
Other than that, I'm just trying to slow traffic down, not creating any traffic accident. When I was coming on the 64 earlier.
Was it the truck going really fast?
Oh yeah, the truck and the other one, they were the white truck. I don't know if they call you or what, but they were going fast. I'm like, dude. And the other car was cutting around in front of me, like, okay, what's going on here? I mean, this is speed limit.
Yeah.
You know, and everyone should follow speed limit because I was coming on 64 earlier.
Yeah.
It's a major accident. You know, because of people drive the way they drive. I'm from LA and we don't drive like that.
Did you work for LAPD when you were over there?
In a crash unit. And you know what? When you going that fast and people are going slow when they cut off, that's when an accident happened all the time.
I understand.
And in LA, you get tickets so quick, the speed, because we got a lot of CHP, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of
Hey,
CHP.
will you hop back out here with a while? I'll go talk to this truck because he's pulled up now too, so I just have less moving parts. Thank you, sir. Pat him down.
That's what I did. Just slow people down. They were going high speed. I just came on 64. You probably saw call this a big accident major. Almost like an hour traffic. Over here, people drive like a maniacs. Tailgating. It says 55. They go like 80 and 90. Like, dude. And that's the only way to slow them down is let them slow down. That's it. You know.
I got you.
You know, like a lot of police in LA. I mean, speeding like this, they get tickets so quick.
Yeah. How long was you a cop in California?
I was in the 90.
90?
Yeah. I helped them out for 2 years and that's about it.
Yeah.
But my buddy's still up there. They haven't resigned yet, so.
What do you do now?
I work for Amazon.
Oh, I got you.
Just to get health insurance.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
5 years now.
Kentucky, you like it better?
But the only thing I don't like is the rowdy people driver out here.
Yeah.
My goodness. How you like it out here?
Oh, it's nice.
Your badge is pretty, almost same like LAPD badge.
I get it. Silver.
You've been here for a while too?
About a year.
A year? You like it?
Yeah.
It's kind of chill, right?
Oh, you mean in Kentucky?
Yeah.
I'm talking about
I'm talking about being the top a year over here. It's just pretty chill, you know what I mean? If you go to LA, the call's like 24 hours now. Like they never sleep.
What this former cop hadn't yet realized was that he had just crossed paths with officers who played by the rules and didn't have time for sob stories or shortcuts. No amount of past service or self-importance could shield him now. To them, the badge he once wore meant nothing today. And sooner or later, he would have to face the hard truth. Once a cop didn't mean always a cop.
Well, he's going to jail. He's probably going to jail. What was he doing to y'all?
So, we was coming down 127. I'm off duty. We're working at airplane wreck, Louisville. So we were coming back from Louisville, and he gets like jerks in front of me, and I'm thinking, what the frick, dude?
Yeah.
So then, I mean, he's like literally on the front of my bumper. Then he flashed the lights. They were blue and red. I'm like, motherfucker, I know.
Was he in front of you when he flashed them?
Yeah. And I'm like, I know for damn sure that Harrisburg ain't.
He ain't a cop.
Ain't no running no under.
He ain't a cop. He admitted he did it too.
Did he
Turn
really?
the lights on for me. Yeah. He said he's trying to slow people down.
Stupid.
Which is not, you're not allowed to do that. Would you be willing to give me your license and your information? Because I just have to have someone that it actually happened to for it to be legit. So weird. So weird.
Yeah.
Who do you work for?
Garrett.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's so much better, man.
Yeah. That's what I told him. I was like, you picked the wrong one.
I saw the neon. I was like, are these guys construction workers?
No. And then my badge was Garrett 45.
Okay.
But I told him, I said, but you picked the wrong one to flex.
I talk to Skeens all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. We work some cases together.
You.
Yeah.
Like
it's just weird, isn't it?
I didn't think he was gonna stop.
I didn't either.
When you lit him up, I was like, oh.
You had the plate a little bit wrong, so I was trying to get a read back. That's why I didn't stop him right away.
Yeah, that tag smoked out. So when I pulled up on him, I couldn't see nothing. I told her, I was like, I can't get a 47 for nothing.
Yeah.
But finally, when we stopped at the four-way at Wendy's, he stopped and I could see it.
This is the weirdest.
After speaking with the off-duty officers who made the report, they realized they needed stronger evidence to support their claims of cop impersonation. The question at that moment became, How could they get him to admit to something so brazen?
How are you doing? What does the 6L31PD mean?
That's Power State Drive Road. That's a condo in California.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm from. And that's our parking.
So where are
This
your,
car is originally from California. You probably noticed.
where are your lights at? Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just told me in Kentucky you guys can have the blue and red. That's what he told me.
Do you have any more lights on it?
No.
No. Did this used to be used for any law enforcement?
A little bit when I was there, but that's about it. But the light was after I moved out here.
What kind of work did you do?
I worked in a crash unit to help them out.
What is it?
Crash unit.
Crash unit?
I helped them out a little bit.
So were you law enforcement or were you just assistant?
I just assistant.
Just assistants? Okay.
Because I've been street smart for an hour, so it's fine. My friend's still there also today. He still work there. And that's about it. I'm not trying to harm anyone. I'm just slowing down the traffic. And that's it. I'm helping you guys at the same time, But if people think the wrong thing, I'm not pulling anybody over, period. I'm just slowing them down, period. And he just told me we can't have the red and white, so okay. I mean red and blue.
Yeah, per the Kentucky Revised Statute, it's the blue lights, rotating or flashing blue lights.
What kind of emergency lights you able to have?
You could have like white and yellow, but I mean, that's usually like you see back there, that like on that truck, it's got the yellow and white on it, there, all the way in the back.
Yellow and white.
And if it's anything like this, where it flashes blue or anything like that, it's a no-go in Kentucky.
Okay. Good to know. I'm just gonna remove it, I guess, put the white one, white and yellow.
You just down here visiting, or?
No, I lived here for 5 years now.
Oh, you have lived here for 5 years?
Yeah, I'm tired of LA traffic, trust me. Very brutal.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't mean to harm anybody. I'm just trying to slow down the traffic. That's about it for speeders. I help you at the same time.
You live here in Harrisburg?
No, I live towards Stanford.
Stanford? Okay, so what brings you this way?
LA traffic.
Just driving around?
Oh, I was going to pick up some stuff all in Louisville.
In Louisville?
Yeah.
Oh, Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville. Yeah. People pronounce it differently, Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville.
Yeah, I bought some stuff from Facebook.
Do you use any of the lights up there or anything? The lights up there at all?
What do you mean?
Like, did you turn the lights on up in Louisville or anything?
Oh, no.
Just here?
No, I was here.
Do you see why this could be an issue, though?
Yes, actually just told me right now.
Yeah, because in your head, did you think this guy's going to think I'm a cop?
No.
No?
I just got to slow him down, that's it.
Well, what do red and blue lights normally mean, though?
Well, in LA, it's police.
Yeah.
Yeah, but over here, they sell them like that, so they put as a safety light.
Where'd you buy them at?
Amazon.
Was the intent to use them to slow people down?
No, it says safety, emergency, that's it.
Like, what do you mean, though?
It says safety and emergency lights. That's what it says.
Right, but what safety or emergency were you going to use them for by putting them in your vehicle?
Slow it down, that's it. Slow the people with speeding.
Okay.
And I just got this put on like a couple of days ago, I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought it from Amazon. I can prove that I bought from Amazon.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, man, you're being placed under arrest, okay? You can't use lights like that here, all right? So if you would just turn around and place your hands behind your back for me. Dominique, can you search him, double lock his cuffs, and put him in your car for me for a minute, please?
Right there, Georgia. Huh?
What happened?
So, it's impersonating a police officer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, in LA, right? You can't have red and blues, so how would it be any different here? Let's step to the car.
So what am I going to get trouble for, right?
So it's impersonating a police officer. That's what you're.
I didn't know that.
That's what you're being placed under arrest for. All right, go ahead and spread your feet for me.
Drop my wallet in my car?
Huh?
Can I drop my wallet?
I'll tell them to grab everything. Do you have anything in your pockets that are going to poke me or anything like that? Oh, come on, real quick.
The officers conducted the body search with utmost caution before turning to the car, unsure of what to expect from a former cop who seemed incapable of knowing where to draw the line or when to stop acting like an officer, even after his resignation.
But these, I ain't sitting in here. You can go back to where I had you. And you stay right there. So how old are you?
You never answered 55, huh? I was close. I wasn't too far off.
Yeah, I didn't know that you guys would, nail me for that over here. I'm just trying to slow down the traffic.
Well, respectfully, sir, here, spread these out. It ain't your job to do that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm just trying to be helpful, that's all.
I get it, but people are going to make their own decisions. If you want to slow people down for traffic, go to the academy. You got nothing in these pockets.
No.
The only reason I'm going to tell you this is because we've had 2 people kind of sneak stuff into the jail. If you do have anything on you and you take it to the jail, you will get charged with an additional felony.
So what am I getting charged for now?
And impersonating a police officer.
What is those charges? Jail time?
I can tell you, you'll go to jail tonight.
Okay.
You'll probably see a judge either, what is that, Tuesday, Wednesday? You might see a judge tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning. I don't know all of that, but when you get back to the PD, you can ask the arresting officer what these charges are meaning, what they...
That's something I didn't know. I didn't even dress uniform or carrying my gun and none of those things.
You ain't got no gun in the car, no nothing?
No, that's not whole. But I do have valuable stuff in my car. That's why I want to get my wallet.
We got you. So we are going to tow it. I'll tell you where it's going to go.
Okay.
You can go ahead and sit in there.
Yeah.
All right. Do you need heat?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nah, you ain't cold or nothing like that? Okay.
See, I didn't know, to be honest with you, over here, because they bought it as a safety light, an emergency light. Emergencies will slow them down, and I didn't know you guys would be accountable for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, sir.
I didn't carry no badge, no gun, no personation.
But
Period.
this is the thing.
You see what I'm saying? If I carry a badge,
Let me
or
ask you a
gun,
question. Let me ask you a question real quick. If you were to do that in LA, right, they would be doing the same thing that we are doing right now. All right, so we're going to look for evidence of impersonating a peace officer. I need to turn these lights on and get photographs if you can help me with that. Did you get the PD statement?
Yeah. What did he say that was? Was you up here when he said that? Yeah.
So he told me he worked for he was a police officer in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I asked him. I said, "So what'd you do in law enforcement?" And he said, "I did a crash. I helped with the crash unit." I was like, "Were you a law enforcement officer or were you just assisting?" He said, "Just assisting."
Hey, you gonna use that number in the PD, whatever it is, on the back?
Huh?
He's got like 4 numbers and dash PD on it.
Look, he's got these.
Bull crap.
Yeah. Look in the back. He said it was for parking.
You must be a magnet. Did you get photographs of that?
Yeah, I got it.
Jesus Christ.
I think I may continue on that phone call to come to Harrisburg. Good place.
It's a lot of fun to work here, dude.
I just talked to him.
Like a lot of fun.
Billy, and asked about me, and Billy said, "Yeah, y'all need to hire him."
That's a good place to work. We get a lot of leadway to work investigations. Like, I'll work like I'm a task force officer and I'm just a corporal. Like, I do whatever I want with dope.
Really?
Yeah, they give me a long leash and say, go out there and catch bad guys. It's great. And we have a lot of fun.
Hey, traffic vest, does that count?
Brother, what is going on? This is rice. Yeah, it's a giant bag of rice.
What do you say you did for a living?
He works at Amazon now.
He just dug himself a deeper hole talking.
With every new discovery, the officers began to see clearly the layers of deception lying underneath the wannabe cop's supposed well-meaning actions. But they were yet to be the last from the 55-year-old cop impersonator.
He said, when I walked up, he said, yeah, I was a police officer in Los Angeles. And then 5 minutes later, he said, I was not a police officer in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Hey, look at these. They're cards to put on people's car.
He's got cards to put on.
That say, attention, you parked like an idiot. Flip over to see the reasons. Parking over the line, blocking the sidewalk or driveway. Anything in his pockets?
Chase, this has got to be a seizure, dude.
Oh, 100%, dude. This is my new dope unit.
Yeah. How many miles we got on it?
I wish those were in the front.
Why has he got the plate blocked? Is it something underneath? I bet you there's a plate underneath. Oh, he doesn't have it blocked.
It's the cover.
Yeah.
It's so red light cams can't get you.
Yep.
There it is. This whack. It's sad people do this, right? Like, why would someone get it in their head? Let me buy blue lights off Amazon. I said, why'd you get them? He said, emergency and safety. I said, what the f does that mean? To slow people down. He's got. Pretty sure he has a radio in there. Where?
Underneath the bed, right here. Oh, I hope so. That'd be hilarious.
Look under that.
He's listening to the whole bolo the whole time.
Look.
What is that? A DVD player?
Well, it says, what does it say on there? Navigation tunnel.
Brother, that's a DVD player. I know it's before your time.
Shit, I thought it was right.
Damn, I feel old. This guy didn't know what a DVD player was.
You know what a cassette player is?
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.
This dude's not gonna like Kentucky anymore.
Well, Kentucky's a bad place to impersonate a police officer, am I right?
Yeah. I think every place is.
Yeah, it's actually frowned upon in all 50 states.
It's got Cobra Kai on there.
Huh?
Look at that.
What is that?
The show? Oh, the Karate Red.
Never seen it.
What about the Karate Kids like back in the day?
No, I've never seen that one either.
Hey, what's wrong?
Dang. Hey, they also flash just blue.
Oh, we take a video of both ways.
In the end, he was charged with impersonating a police officer, improper use of blue lights, and operating a vehicle with an illegible license plate. And just like that 55-year-old whose reinvented cop career got nipped in the bud, this 55-year-old former cop got knocked off his high horse after he was caught parading around as the real cop with a badge.
You can take the badge if you want.
You're just being detained at the moment, so we can ask you some questions, investigate everything. You had police lights on a vehicle that you're saying apparently don't work, but you have lights on here, you're carrying around a badge, and you're not a sworn police officer. So how do we know you're not pulling somebody over? You could say, yeah, they don't work right now, but there's something you could probably go under the hood, connect them, and you could start pulling people over and acting like you're still the police, and you're not.
On February the 1st, 2025, officers initiated what should have been a routine traffic stop after noticing that the vehicle was displaying expired tags. It began as a straightforward enforcement action, but within moments, something else caught their attention, raising questions about trust and what happens when the badge isn't a retired cop's to wear again.
How you doing? How's so much of this touch? Trust, please. Driver license, insurance? I stopped you for the expired tags.
Yeah, I renewed them, and then I got they spelled the plate wrong. It's not stolen because you know, the Ringo's not one stolen plate. And then I went to renew it again, and they said that I had to go get the emissions tested again. So.
Okay. You're from Martinson?
Park Ridge.
Park Ridge?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me a second, okay?
Yeah.
You have an ID? Homework?
Yeah, you know I don't have one on me, no. No, I work with Park Ridge, I said. I worked for Park Ridge.
Okay.
I'm not with them anymore.
Okay. So, is there a reason why you're carrying that then?
It's just the wallet I've always had. I don't use it.
Okay, am I see it again?
Yeah.
Can I have it?
Yeah, go on. You can take the badge if you want.
Okay. Give me a second, okay?
Yeah.
Stay in the vehicle for me, Scott.
What's his name?
Scott.
What's going on, brother? How you doing? Do me a favor. Step out the car real quick. Do you have anything on you?
No, sir.
No weapons, nothing we need to know of?
No.
Okay. Do me a favor. Step out. Just face right here.
Face the one for me, yeah.
Put your hands up real quick on the car.
8390.
So you got nothing on you, no weapons, no nothing? Alright, do me a favor, put your hands behind your back. So you're just being detained at the moment, so we can ask you some questions, investigate everything. You are no longer employed by Park Ridge, correct? Okay. So what's the reason you're showing our officer the badge?
I didn't show. I opened my wallet, and it's the little.
I know, but when you're when you have been terminated from a police department or anything, you're not allowed to carry any police identity, no badge, no nothing, anything at all, because that's pretty much you're impersonating a police officer, which you are no longer a police officer.
Yeah, I didn't state I was a cop. I didn't.
But you still have a badge on you, right? And you showed him the badge, and you said you used to work for Park Ridge or Burr Ridge, wherever it was, right?
I asked you, if you remember, I asked you, is that Arlington? And you said, no, that's Park Ridge.
I said, no, I work for Park Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay, do you work for any other department at the moment, anything? No.
I said I work.
Does this car have lights? Because we see the lights on there.
They don't work, no. But
where's the switch at that you would activate them if you did have them?
It was underneath the front, but they don't work. Underneath the floorboard, it's my wire.
These right here?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work, like I said. I had they were there when I
7232
worked there. And, that's the wall that we buy.
7232.
So you installed that yourself? You're just
Yeah, but you put those, you install those lights, so they're actually police lights that flash, like police lights?
Police, I never use them.
So how did they get on there?
I put them on myself, but it was just...
Okay, so see what listen to what I'm telling you now. You have police lights on a vehicle that you're saying apparently don't work, but you have lights on here, you're carrying around a badge, and you're not a sworn police officer. So that's all of impersonating a police officer.
When I was working there, I had them.
Okay, so you understand when you get terminated from a job, that should automatically come off. That should not be on your vehicle at all, because now you have these on your vehicle and you also have a badge.
I had them.
Okay, so you understand when you get terminated from a job, that should automatically come off. That should not be on your vehicle at all, because now you have these on your vehicle and you also have a badge. So how do we know you're not pulling somebody over? You could say, yeah, they don't work right now, but there's something you could probably go under the hood, connect them, and you could start pulling people over and acting like you're still the police and you're not. So that's all evidence of impersonating a police officer. Which at the time you should have just turned your stuff into Park Ridge or whoever it was. Except the badge, you should have turned the badge in as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Could you answer that to my baby mama? I'm supposed to get my kids.
Okay, give me a second.
After securing him in cuffs, they placed him at the back of the patrol vehicle before turning their attention to what they knew he had been so eager to conceal.
I'm supposed to pick him up in a half hour.
Okay.
We're gonna go
this one, or yeah, because we're gonna be right here anyways, because we don't want to be too far. And then we'll go from there after we'll see what Sarge says right now. You don't got nothing in the back, right? All right, go ahead. Yeah. Got it? You got it? Yeah. Just turn your foot. You got to turn your foot somehow. Yep. There you go. Turn your body. There you go. Let me get this.
And you can call all my bosses. I was never that person, that guy that was actually at the retirement party for one of the guys tonight.
I understand, but you see where we're coming from, right? If I'm a police officer right now and I get terminated and I carry a badge on me and I open up my wallet and I have a badge there and I have a vehicle with actually police lights still on it, that's red flags. At my point, I would say, you know what? I'm terminated. I'm going to need to get rid of this badge, turn this back into them, and I'm going to take these lights off this vehicle. Okay, well, we'll talk her down.
What was the reason behind the restriction again?
All right, at this time, I'm going to go through your whole vehicle. Do you have anything in there that I should know of? Any weapons, anything, anywhere, anything's going to poke me, stick me anywhere in that car? You sure? They do work. They're working. They're flashing. So, vehicle does have, as you can see, police lights in the front. That was installed by the suspect. This is Officer Perea with the Cook County Sheriff's Police Department. I don't know who the guy is that you're calling. I think, he is being detained at the moment. He is being arrested for impersonating a police officer. So he's going to be in custody. We'll be going down to the station at Maywood. He will have probably a court hearing tomorrow to see what his bond's going to be, if they're going to bond him or give him a bond. And his vehicle will be seized. It's going to be towed because there are police lights on the vehicle that are actively working as well. So right now this is an investigation, so he is being detained, okay? Once he gets his phone call from the station, he'll probably give you a call. Okay, bye.
All right, go ahead and step up. I'm going to readjust the codes and I'm going to switch you up to the other side so we can go over.
And then that's another red flag right there. You told me them lights don't work. They do work.
Use them since I was
Okay, well, you can say all you want to say, but they're plugged in and they're actively working. So I have them on now.
I'm going to readjust because just face right here.
Readjust them for what?
Just want to make sure I can fit a finger. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can fit a whole finger in there.
Give me a sec. Here, pull your hands a little closer.
I'm trying. That's the best today. That's a little too loose right there.
Yeah, I know.
Way too.
At the end of the day, he was charged with impersonating law enforcement and improper use of blue lights. Meet Dennis, a serial cop impersonator who got cornered by hardline officers after a failed attempt to pull over a couple.
But you have lights, you have a siren on the car, you have a pistol on you, you have a spotlight, you have handcuffs. What's the handcuffs for? Just trying to make a traffic stop on you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna stop because I know better. That's not no fucking car.
So,
Okay.
is he a cop?
No, you have multiple priors for impersonating a police officer.
On June the 15th, 2024, Ohio police officers received a call reporting a disturbing situation. A man suspected of impersonating an officer was attempting to pull drivers over and even followed some of them for miles when they refused to stop. Officers immediately began searching for the vehicle based on the caller's description, and it wasn't long before they located it at the Kroger fuel station. What the cops didn't know was that they were about to come face to face with the most audacious police impersonator that they would ever come across.
Okay, all right.
I've got a dash cam too if you ever want to pull that footage. It's got front view on it.
You don't have any weapons in the car or nothing like that, right?
I have a weapon on my right, but that's my concealed.
Okay, you have it on you?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I'm not making sure not to even reach for it.
Okay, all right. Okay.
If you want, I can step out and you can start me if you want.
Okay, yeah, that'd be perfect. Just don't reach for your gun, okay?
No, not.
You mind if I take it off of you?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
On the right hand side.
I'm just gonna sit it here for our safety, okay?
No.
All right.
I don't want to sit back here.
Yeah, if you don't mind. You can just hang out there for a minute, okay?
Just the one weapon in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a problem with me checking the car real quick? Just make sure there's
No,
no
no
lights? All right, appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, do you have these lights put on?
These were, I'm an old security officer from California when I lived out there with one of our utility vehicles.
Okay.
So, and I've just had it ever since and never took them off.
Okay.
They're red and amber. So they're not, not red and blue anymore.
All right. I'll quit. You run out.
Dennis, do you mind? How do you kick these lights on?
Oh.
Yeah, you can show me.
you want to move that first?
It's unloaded.
Okay. So the lights I had were just the rears, which is us.
Okay. Do these lights up here work?
Yes, but that's just an arrow stick.
Okay. Let me see this real quick. No lights on the front?
No. Actually, well, I got an amber clear, but no red and blue. I can turn those on to where you said.
Okay.
Fighting in the parking lot. Black Honda Civic, last seen
As you can tell,
Franklin on 73. White female, one black male with a child in the seat and back seat. We did.
And I never even turned the front ones on. It was just the rear. As I was stopping to pull over.
I'll be out with Black Dodge. I think it's going to be the plane or the other ball party. Plane.
And like I said, I've got it on dash cams too. So.
John William Sam 4061. I'll be in the lot of.
Does your siren work?
Yeah, you push. Just push the manual button.
Yeah.
It'll chirp.
You're clear on
But I never hit that.
17.
Want to deal with it.
033.
We contacted Franklin already.
You know how odd this is, Dennis?
One thing the officers could not ignore was Dennis's confidence. Either he wasn't the least bit intimidated by real law enforcement, or he genuinely believed there were no consequences for impersonating one.
If you want it,
45.
I mean, I've had this truck. I've lived in Ohio for 6 years now. Never had an issue with it. I see you guys all the time.
Right.
I'm not stupid enough to try to do your job.
It's not that you're... Dennis, the problem is this, okay? And it's not necessarily a problem, but you have to understand where we're coming from, okay? All right. If I'm being fully transparent with you, all right, it's extremely odd that when I come up here and I ask you about the car, all right, you were delayed in your response. You're like, oh, you're talking about the minivan? Yes. The car that you have had issues with for the last 2 or 3 miles when you guys were going south on 75.
Well, no, that was because I wasn't sure if
hear me out
they
for a
called
second,
that in.
all right? So, you were kind of delayed in that, which is no big deal, okay? But then this whole situation goes all the way from north of Austin, coming south, and they're claiming that you're trying to ram them off the road. And then I come up here, and I appreciate, you loving police and stuff like that, and the thin blue line stuff, I respect that, all right? But you have lights, you have a siren on the car, you have a pistol on you, you have a spotlight, you have handcuffs. What's the handcuffs for?
Like I said, I used to work security. They've just been hanging there ever since. Spotlight doesn't even work.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
I totally understand it from your perspective.
Okay.
Like I said, it's on video. You will clearly see that I'm not ramming them or trying to get behind them at all. I'm trying to get as far away from them as possible, and they started following me, and that's why I pulled off.
Okay.
And then once they were ahead of me, I was like, whatever. I didn't want to deal with it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I totally understand, and you guys got to check it out and do what you got to do.
Well, that's all we're gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna take pictures of everything. All right. It's not really sitting right with me. All right. Having a car that's an old law enforcement vehicle, it is what it is. But the handcuffs, the gun, the siren, the lights, all of that's what's strange to me. All right.
Well, I mean, Ohio's concealed carry state, so I mean, the gun should.
I never said it was just a pistol. I have no problem with the pistol, okay? I have no problem with that.
You guys got to do your due diligence and check it out. I get
we'll just have you come back here and you can just sit right there on my guard there on the front of my car. Hey, Dennis, you mind hanging up the phone for me?
Do me a favor. Call and get bail for me.
Just relax. Give me I'll take your phone. We'll just have a seat in my car real quick. Have you ever been arrested before or anything?
Years ago in California.
For what?
Last time was carrying a concealed weapon unlawful.
Are these just pens and markers? Do you mind if I get all this stuff out?
Sure.
Okay. Here, we'll take you over here and I'll put it all
By the
in the
way,
photo.
just so you know,
Yep.
2 knives, back to pocket.
Yep.
Okay.
You're good. Right here.
Go ahead and book me in.
Stand by just one. Stand by one. All right, come on over.
With the evidence firmly stacked against the suspect, the officers were ready to ensure he wouldn't be tempted to impersonate a cop again anytime soon. But just as they were closing in, they realized that there was one crucial piece of the investigation that they hadn't yet addressed, and it could not be overlooked.
Go ahead and call the complainant. Have them come up here to the Kroger fuel station, please. How's it going, man?
What's up, bud?
All right. So, all this happened obviously in Franklin, correct?
No, Miamisburg, on the highway
It
coming
happened
this
in
way.
Miamisburg.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, where did it all start?
So I pulled out of I work at Aaron's and I ran up there to pick something up.
Okay.
So I went out to get on the highway and he about rear-ended us. He was looking at me in the mirror and I went like that, like, hey, back up, dude, you're too close.
Right.
And then he tried to hit us 2 or 3 different times on the highway. He kicked all of his lights on, swerved over to get behind us again, and then followed us all the way here.
So these lights, like what
Yes.
are on right now?
Yep. He
Was
had
there
every
any
damn
blue?
one of them.
Did you see
No,
any
I
blue
did not
lights?
see any blue.
Okay. Any
What was
red?
it, orange?
It was like red and green or like a yellowish color.
You want to take a look and see if this is what you saw?
Yeah, he had that one right there. But then he had the ones on the back on.
Okay, so he was almost trying to make a traffic stop on you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna stop because I know better. That's not no fucking cop car.
Right.
So,
Okay.
is he a cop?
No.
So he shouldn't have any of this shit.
No. Yeah. If you want to contact Miamisburg, this all originated in Miamisburg.
Yep.
They were trying to, this gentleman was trying to run him off the roadway. If you want to go ahead and have Miamisburg officer come down here.
Now you guys want to take it for that or not?
It's going to be Miamisburg. I'm waiting on some stuff.
What was he saying? It was all bullshit.
He initially acted like he had no idea what I was talking about, and then once he realized...
the bullshit was up.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, because if he would have got him and followed me into Walmart, I was whooping his ass like that.
Yeah, okay. Did he say anything to you? or
No,
anything
I
like
mean,
that?
I tried to get away from him, and he's like, because that van won't get out of its own fucking way, man. It's a
Yeah,
minivan.
right.
And I was just trying to get away from him.
Okay.
He literally followed me all the way here.
Okay. All right. When he was like tailgating you,
Oh,
trying
man,
to get
I mean,
you to...
like, that close.
Okay.
72 local.
Is he like a security guard or anything?
No. Good. Hang on one second. Who's going over there?
That's affirmative. We have several impersonating police officers out of California as well.
Yep, that figures. All right. I'll just wait for Miamisburg officer to get here. I appreciate you. Yeah, so basically, he's going to be arrested for impersonating a police officer. He's got a pistol on him, so that's automatically a felony. So that'll be the charges that we'll pick up on him for impersonating a police officer. He can't have a pistol. He got handcuffs, pistol.
He's got the whole 9, like
Yeah.
he is a cop, and he's
Correct.
not. He's a
Yes.
wannabe.
Yes.
They really prey on women, pull them over.
Well, that's what's very scary. So like,
Does he have any type of record or anything?
I can't tell you all that. Yeah, but you'll find that out. You can talk to the prosecutor and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
And,
Yeah, because I got kids in the car, man. If
Absolutely.
he would have pulled something and I had
I'm
my
glad
gun,
you're okay, dude.
I would
Because
have
it's the first. Face that way, man. Put your hands together for me, like you're clapping.
Baker 42, check.
You're under arrest, my man.
For?
Well, you have multiple priors for impersonating a police officer.
Okay.
You have a pistol on you that you're not allowed to have.
Why not?
You were trying to stop him by turning your lights on and so on and so forth.
I never attempted to stop him at all.
But you can't turn your lights on behind him with everything that you have going on in the car.
I never had the front lights
on.
on.
You're not an emergency vehicle whatsoever, okay?
Okay.
You have been down this road before, okay? All right.
After securing him in cuffs, they decided to take some pictures for documentation purposes before shifting their attention to his vehicle. But what sat before them was less a car and more a Pandora's box waiting to be opened.
Step on out real quick. You just stand right here and then just face me. And then just turn to your right, please.
Right.
Or you can actually, yeah, go the other way. There you go. Is it just a blue shirt underneath?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, have a seat. He's got red and blue lights right here. No.
First ID, social security card, $100 cash, and the rest bank card.
No, not this much.
This is like what you read about on a Netflix series?
Yeah. And this is like you know how little girls play like dress up and stuff? This is that.
Yeah.
This is like to that extent.
Certificate of cremation.
That brown liquid?
I want.
How is this guy? I'm surprised this guy hasn't been stopped in.
In the end, he was charged with impersonating a police officer. While other cops deserve a trophy for bringing down cop impersonators, this cop deserves a hero's medal for detaining a man who attempted to intimidate another person while posing as an LEO.
Yeah, I'm I'm a retired cop, NYPD. Okay? So.
But you're not a cop anymore?
No, I'm retired.
Okay. You told me yourself that you told me you're a
guess
cop,
what?
and you're not a cop.
I lied.
You never a cop?
No. Now, I'm getting out. The guy pulls in front of me, and I'm getting out.
On December the 31st, 2022, officers responded to a parking lot following reports of a physical altercation between two men. Upon his arrival, he started questioning them, when one of the men said something that was about to change the focus of the situation.
Where's the other car?
He's right down at the end.
That little hatchback over there?
Yeah, at the end.
Okay, are you armed right now?
Yeah, it's in my waistband.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. Put your hands up.
Sure.
Hands up. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you go to your car.
Okay.
Go unload your car. Go unload your gun inside there without anybody seeing.
Yes, sir. Just want to let you know when you approach my vehicle.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you approach my vehicle, he said he
I'll
was
talk to you in a second.
Right, no problem.
I want you to do what I asked you to do. You don't have to unload it. That's fine. Just put it somewhere else. Okay. All right. Very good. All right, both of you come with me real quick.
Can I park in the spot?
Yeah. Go ahead and park in the spot. Are you armed right now?
Excuse me?
Are you armed right now?
No. Believe me if I tell you, I do carry. I'm a private investigator. If I did have, I'd blow his head off.
All right. So while you're both with me, I'm going to read you both your rights because you both could be a subject of a criminal investigation at this point. Okay. So you have the right to remain silent. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak to each of you separately. We're gonna sort out what happened here today, and we'll go from there. Alright, so give me a second. I'll talk to this gentleman first. Alright, what happened?
I'm parked over here.
Okay.
Trunk is open.
Okay.
So he was backing up, and I don't know if I walked in front of him or behind him, but he called me a jerk off.
Okay.
So he pulled over here, so I walked up to him. I said, who you calling a jerk off? Jerk off. Okay. So he said, you. So I'm telling you the truth, so I don't want to lie about it. So I said to him, I said, listen, I'm a cop. He went like this, and he pulled the he had it on his waist.
So you said you're a cop?
Yeah, I'm I'm a retired cop, NYPD. Okay? So.
But you're not a cop anymore?
No, I'm retired.
Okay.
So anyway, so
you know you can get in problems for saying that, right?
What?
You know you can get in problems for saying that you're a cop.
Yeah, well, I didn't say nothing.
Well, you just told me you said you're a cop.
Well, I don't remember.
You're no longer a cop.
Right. Okay. So in any
so
event,
you're not a cop?
No. So in any event, he pulled the gun on me. So I said to him, what the So I walked away. He pulled over here. He parked over here for a minute. Then he went around. He parked over there for a minute. Then
I'm sorry, backtrack. So you have to go back to where you're here. You confront him. Where you confront him here.
I confronted him probably right here.
Okay.
Right? And that's when he pulled the gun on me, so I walked away.
What did he do when he pulled the gun on you?
Excuse me?
What did he do when he pulled the gun on you? Like, what did he do?
He was sitting in the car here, sitting in the car, right? Boom. Right.
Because you walked up to his car.
Yeah,
and you
walked up to
confronted
his
him.
car, yeah.
Okay.
So, boom. So now I walked away. And I went back to my car to unload the groceries. He pulled over there by UPS for maybe 5 minutes, okay? Then he slowly went around, and then he came over here where you saw him, and parked over here with his flashes on. So...
That's probably when he called us.
Oh, he called you?
He called us as well.
Okay. So what is he doing, man? He pulls a gun on me, now he's stalking me. I don't want to leave here. I don't know if he's going to follow me. I don't know what the he's going to do.
Okay. So then at any point did you threaten him with a gun?
No, I don't have a gun. I'm telling you, God's honest truth, okay? I do carry, and if I did, I'd blow his head off. He pulled the gun on me.
The problem is you both acted like tough guys, and then when you approach this, listen.
Yeah,
This is a night where people get hyped up.
Exactly.
And the thing is, we could have just walked away. People call each other names, whatever. Who gives?
This guy pulled the gun on me.
I get it because you charged up to his car. You told me
Okay,
yourself.
guess what? Let's forget everything, because you're allowed to pull guns on people in Florida. I remember that. So listen to me. Listen to me very clearly, okay? I'm sorry for calling you. Have a happy new year. God bless.
Well, no, we're not done yet, because now we're not done yet. Excuse me, we're not done yet. You're not done yet.
You don't have to touch me.
Okay, well then I'm telling you, we're not done yet, and you stay right over here.
Okay, well my car is here.
Okay, your car can stay right there.
At that point, it was already too late to walk away from the situation because things were about to take the worst turn ever.
Let's go back over here where we were. You don't walk away from me. Do you have any retired ID that you're a cop?
I don't have to show you nothing, man. I'm respecting you.
No, you do have to show me.
I don't have
your
no.
ID.
No.
Where are you actually a cop?
In New York. I retired in 1995. I got down on
Do you have any
3/4.
retired credentials?
I have nothing. I have my PIID and all my other credentials.
Any proof that you're a cop at any point?
No, I have none on me at all. It's all at home. My retirement shield, everything is at home. I don't carry it. I carry all my PI, my gun permits, my work gun permits.
Do you have any pictures of anything of you in uniform way back in the day?
Pictures?
We all have something.
I don't have nothing.
Well, we all do.
Well,
but if you're claiming you're a cop,
you do. I ain't pretending nothing.
Well, no,
I'm just telling you.
No. Now you need to understand where we're at. Now you're claiming you're a cop. So now,
I'm not claiming I'm a cop. Yeah.
So
here's my. How do you call
So
it?
now we need to prove that you were once a cop, or that you are a cop.
You have a badge on your thing?
I have nothing with me. It's all at home.
I just saw a badge on your wallet right here.
Yeah,
What is
that's my PI shield. Okay. I just told him I'm a private investigator. Here's the license that I carry. Okay.
Is there any time that you brandish your firearm?
Excuse me?
At any time, did you brandish your firearm?
No.
So this is just a verbal between you and this guy?
Yeah, but he put the gun on me.
Okay, he says that he didn't.
What?
He's saying he didn't.
And even if he did, you told me yourself that you walked up on him, you confronted him, and walked up to his car window.
Listen, he called me a jerk off, so I just went up to his car.
You can't.
He could call you a jerk off.
Okay,
And you could call him a jerk off.
And I'm
No problem.
assuming, okay, because I just want to get this over with, because I know this is going nowhere. And I'm assuming he's allowed to put a gun on me. So let's just.
Well, this ain't going nowhere until we prove that you were once a cop.
Oh no, we don't have
you
to.
told me. You told me yourself that you told him you're a
guess
cop,
what?
and you're not a cop.
I lied.
You never a cop?
No.
Okay. You were never a cop.
No.
Okay. All right. Take your bag off. Take your bag off. Take your bag off. Put your hands behind your back.
Can you tell me why?
You told me yourself on camera that you said you were a cop.
Now I'm getting out. The guy put a gun on me, and I'm getting out. Oh.
Yep. Wow. That's exactly what's happening.
This is simply amazing.
So you were never a cop in New York?
Can I put my
Correct?
bag back in? Correct.
Okay. You were never a cop in New York?
No,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Very good. Well, that's a big problem here when people say they're cops and they're not.
Okay. My bad.
So nothing would have happened here, but because you guys want to act like tough guys.
No, I don't want to act like a
something
tough
turned
guy,
into
man. I
something.
just got a little
Nothing
carried
turned into
away.
something.
Mr. Guy pulled the okay? So whatever I said out of context.
Right. Whose car is this? This is yours?
Yeah.
Who you got that can come pick up your car? Excuse me? Who do you have that can come pick up your car?
Nobody.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure it could stay here.
Yeah. Can I just put the
As long as
stuff
that's
in the
okay with
car and lock it up?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. What am I getting arrested for or whatever?
Impersonation of a police officer.
I never impersonated a police officer. I told you I was a cop. I never pulled out no
You
badge.
told me that you told him you were a cop.
All right. Come on.
All right, let's go.
No, I want to put the stuff in my car.
I know. We'll do that. We'll do that for you. We'll do that for you.
Just that I had that graph. 307DI.
He pulls again and I'm getting locked.
You should have just went home, sir.
Excuse me?
You should have just went home.
No, you know what? I'll tell you why I didn't go home. Because he made a U-turn and he parked over here.
Just go home, man. You
Nah,
just go home.
nah.
You want to be a tough guy.
No, I'm not a tough guy.
I know you're not a
man.
tough guy, but you try to act like one.
No, I never did, man. I didn't want to
Turn around,
leave.
let me get your stuff off.
I didn't want to leave. I just fear of him following me.
Yeah, right.
All right, you know what? You know what? Wow.
With him now in custody, they were now faced with the challenge of figuring out what to do with his car.
I thought you said you had nobody come get your car.
I didn't say that. I said I have nobody. No.
Call her for you. That way she comes get it.
Excuse me.
Want us to call her for you? That way she can come and get your car.
She can't come and get my car. She's going to come with her car and take my car. Just call her and ask her to come and take the chickens out of my car. But could you tell her?
What's her phone number?
Her phone number. I'm going to take the car.
Yeah, she makes you relax.
You know, I'm not running away or nothing.
Sir, you know how to do. I know the drill.
While officers arranged to safeguard the items in his car, he took another shot at charming his way to freedom, only to be met with words sharper than any rejection.
Did you search his car?
No, I saw his gun.
Oh, you did?
I saw his gun. The thing is, you charged up on him.
No, I didn't charge up.
You told me you did.
No, listen, please, can I reiterate on what happened?
Nothing's going to change because right now.
Nothing is going to change.
I mean, about the impersonating of police.
Well, okay, listen, I study criminal justice. I'm not impersonating you. Anybody could go around and say that they're a cop unless you pull something out and show like a phony badge or a phony this or phony that. Then you got a problem, okay? So anybody could go up and say, I'm a cop, I'm this, I'm that. Unless you do something to show something.
Wrong. And then you still told me that you were a cop in New York.
No, but then I told you, I said, listen, I'm lying. I just said that. You know why I said that there? Because the guy pulled I don't know if he's, well, I guess it's too late now, man.
You can't be lying about that stuff.
No, I'm not.
That's a felony.
Listen, okay? I'm not lying about it. I'm scared. The guy pulled a gun on me, man. And you're letting him go home. He's got to. Why is he going?
Because you weren't scared when he charged on this car.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why is he He had a gun and he pulled on me. Why is he leaving me? Yeah, I know. I can't move. I got a broken back, so I just got to take it easy.
Take your time.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I pulls a gun. I'm going to jail. Holy. Yeah, come on, bro. You know this ain't right, man. You know it. No, I don't have nothing. I would tell you if I got a knife or gun. I don't believe nobody. Okay. Oh, my keys. There you go. Oh, wait, what is this? Yeah, I don't believe nobody, sir. What was that, the key? Guys, you got to be kidding me, man. New Year's? Really?
After placing him in their car, they turned to the other man to hear his side of the story. But the moment he started talking, one thing became certain.
Could you just give me a brief recap, basically what you told me before?
Yeah, no, I was backing out. Well, I'm trying to think of what spot exactly I was in, but I was coming out, which is somewhere over there. Yeah, that last spot next to that lit up SUV. So I was backing out, and there was a lady pushing a car in front of me, and then I was going slow, waiting for her to pass, and then I forget what happened. She couldn't pass by me, so I started backing up, and then he came behind my car with the wagon, and I basically had to hit on my brakes abruptly. And then from there, he pulled out, and I go, "You got to watch out." You know that, and he said, "Well, don't worry about it. You were in the wrong. You should look out for me." I said, "I'm watching out for the lady in front of me, and then you walk behind while I'm backed out." So he goes, I'm a police officer. Gets it, starts yelling. I don't even know what he was mumbling about. He was like,
just for full disclosure.
Yeah,
you're not in the wrong in anything here.
Right.
Were there words exchanged? You called him a name, and then he called you a name. Is his part of the story accurate?
Yeah. I mean,
he's saying that you called him a jerk off.
A jerk off, and I said, "You're a jerk off." I think we said the same thing.
Yeah.
So it was just.
Watch your back, there's a car right behind you.
So.
No, you're good. So then what happened then?
No, and then, so then he was coming up, and as I'm trying to slowly make that turn then to keep coming, he approached me. He goes, "I'm a police officer." And, he started getting loud because he was angry that I even responded to him, so he was raising his voice. And then when he came, as I'm driving away, and he got right there, and I stopped the vehicle, he came right up to my window. And then from there, I didn't. Well, I had the van, and I kind of just turned it there just so he could see it, and I was my hand close to it, was like resting right here, because I didn't know what his intentions were.
Now, did he flash anything at you?
No.
He didn't flash any badge?
No. He says, I'm a police officer. And I felt like after that, without a badge, I wasn't sure. And then he's like, "Oh, what are you pointing at me?" I didn't even pull it out. I would never do that.
35.
So, from there, he was like getting a little irate, and then he's yelling. I guess he got on the phone. I wasn't sure if he was actually. I said, "You know what? I'm not going to leave the scene." And I just stuck around, and that's where I called 911.
Very good. Okay.
Take this off you.
He was charged with criminal impersonation of a police officer. Up next is when an unnecessary emergency siren led officers to arrest a fake U.S. officer.
And who do you work for? Who are you employed by?
United States Marshal, sir.
U.S. Marshals, okay.
On the 31st of July 2023, a police officer heard an unfamiliar emergency siren coming from a black pickup truck. As he investigated the car further, he could see that it was driving recklessly around cars while being equipped with flashing red and blue emergency lights. Due to the unusual tone of the siren and the fact that there were no calls for service that would require such a response from law enforcement at that time, the officer decided to pull the truck over.
See your other hand for me?
As soon as the officer reaches the passenger window, he is greeted with a U.S. Marshal badge. Suspecting that Derry Lambert was lying about being a marshal, he told him to get out of the vehicle so that he could ask him some questions.
Yeah, just hang tight with me.
I got to go back to shift in about 2 hours. So.
Where's shift at?
Well,
Where's
I
shift
got to get my car.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Hopefully we can get this resolved really quickly.
According to Lambert, he has a shift in about 2 hours. However, when the officer asks him where the shift is at, he dodges the question. This was an early sign of what was to come later on. In an attempt to get the situation resolved, the officer calls a high-ranking U.S. Marshal.
Thanks. Hey, we got somebody on the phone who wants to ask you a few questions. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Sir, what is your name?
Gary Lambert.
Okay, what district do you work out of?
I work out of Texas, but they got me down in Florida right now, looking into Marion Oaks. There's two gangs out there that are riding on a four-wheeler with a pole on it, busting into people's houses.
Okay.
And they got a call, so I chased. What's that?
What district in Texas do you work out of?
Dallas.
Okay.
My second house.
That's a federal crime.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly.
Lambert basically concocted a story in a matter of seconds. However, it seems like that isn't enough to save him. Notice how the marshal specifically asks him if he's aware that impersonating a law enforcement officer is a crime. He has just dug his own grave without even knowing it.
All right.
I got red bugs out in weeds in my sleep.
I'm sorry?
I was telling him what's out in weeds. I got red bugs. You beat me up chasing a guy through the forest the other night.
All right, do me a favor. Just go ahead and turn around for me. Yeah, put your hands behind your back.
For what?
I'll explain it to you.
I've been arrested in my life.
Well,
even after being arrested, Lambert continues to stick with his story, refusing to budge.
And who do you work for? Who are you employed by?
United States Marshal Service.
U.S. Marshals. Okay. You told me that you don't have your credentials with you, but they're in your...
Yeah, my Charger.
In your Charger. A work vehicle?
Right.
Okay. Who's the Charger registered to?
It's registered to the Marshal Service.
Marshals. Okay.
That's my personal vehicle.
So why would the Marshals outfit your personal vehicle with lights and sirens?
In Texas, it's not like here.
Okay.
You don't have cars like this.
You have a Florida tag.
I know.
Hey, how long you worked for the U.S. Marshals?
About 3 years.
3 years?
To put the final nail in the coffin, the officers called a real marshal to the scene to interrogate Lambert, and it was here that his story really started to crumble.
Who's that?
My squad in Texas. If you look through my phone, you'll see the 941 area code.
By squad, what do you mean by squad?
They sent 3 or 4 of us down here.
Who is they?
The Rangers.
The Rangers? Which Rangers? Like the baseball team?
No. Hell no.
Okay, so what Rangers?
The Marshals.
The Marshals?
Yeah.
So what, where do you work out of Texas?
Dallas.
Dallas?
Yes.
What's your district?
District. What do you mean?
Well,
we just
if
have
you're
headquarters.
if you're a U.S. Marshal, you would know your district. 641? Okay.
That's our squad.
Okay.
But there's only a few of us here.
A few of you? Would I be one of those?
No.
Lambert even has the balls to call out the real marshal.
No.
I'm not a U.S. Marshal? Well, here's my credentials. I am actually a special deputy U.S. Marshal.
Yeah.
Here are my credentials.
Yeah. Mine are in my car.
These, your credentials like this are in there.
I have one just identically to that.
Okay. I would say probably not. Because I'm asking you very easy questions to be able to identify yourself, and you're not. Who's your supervisor out of Texas?
My supervisor?
Yes, sir. Your direct supervisor.
Jim Willis.
Notice how Lambert completely shuts down when asked who his supervisor is. He has to think about it for a few seconds before mentioning the name. The real marshal knows he's onto him now, so he continues pressuring him.
What do you do for the United States Marshals?
Well, I normally just do raids.
Raids?
Yeah.
Okay, who do you work for?
I Just told you twice.
Like, okay, so where do you work for the Fugitive Task Force? Do you work for the district marshals?
No,
Who do you work for?
I work for the task force.
You work for the task force?
Like people running, we do raids.
After yapping for what feels like an eternity, Lambert has successfully shot himself in the foot. At this point, everyone pretty much knows he isn't a marshal, and it is here that Lambert gets completely checked by the real marshal.
Okay, listen to me for just a second. I'm going to give you a little bit of an out or whatever.
Right.
I know you're not a U.S. Marshal. I'm a U.S. Marshal.
Right.
I know for a fact, 100%, you are not with the U.S. Marshals. Okay? So I would just want to know why you would try to identify as a U.S. Marshal. Was it to, like, get around traffic?
No.
Okay, so what were you trying to do?
I told you twice I was responding to a call.
With the U.S. Marshals?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know about the drones out there flying over?
Sir, there is nothing like that. I'm gonna give you a little tip, pro tip. Okay? There's only 3 of us in this county. You are not one of the other 2.
In the end, Derry Lambert was charged with false impersonation of a law enforcement officer, unlawful use of blue lights, unlawful use of a badge, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.